Good morning. Is my screen sharing? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Today's FOMC, and after that big sell-off, the whole AI thing with China, we had a huge drop, and it's been buying slowly, moving higher. We took the whole move overnight. We started filling the gap and we got to that 61.12 that I mentioned yesterday, almost to the tick. And now we're pulling back a little bit. Now we're back to this other area where we had a high negative delta, and so we're opening inside the range, inside value. So this is probably gonna be choppy. I'm looking for these areas to fill with volume. So far, this 60, 70, 72 to 74 area should act as support. I mean, at least minor support. If it breaks, then I'm gonna look for another move down to this area right here, which should be a little stronger support. And this is 60-50 area, right? And then if we start trading in here, we're likely gonna chop around. There's this is where we got the most acceptance after the drop, and from earlier, end of last year and beginning of the year, this is the area where we had most of the, I'm sorry, here. This is the area where we got most of the volume. So, and then the stronger support is right here at the 6,000, right above the 6,000 area. So those are the three areas where we should see buyers defend. But I expect this to be not an easy trade. Maybe we get a nice move at the beginning of the day, then it's gonna start chopping around before FOMC likely, and then we have big earnings after the bell. We have Meta, IBM, Tesla, Microsoft, so it's likely gonna have chop and then big moves later after the bell and and at the time of the press conference likely. Now, if in here it's gonna be choppy likely, so I'm interested in a long above the yesterday's high to retest the overnight high and then close that gap. If we close the gap, we're gonna be trading in here, so we're likely gonna move through this area pretty quickly into the 61.36 area. And then above that, you can see that this is a double distribution session, so some resistance here, and then if it breaks, then I'm looking for this 61.56. That's a bullish imbalance from yesterday. You have the point of control here, the low here. We don't have access to the upside, so my target is 61.56. NQ. NQ is a little lagging, right? Like you see that the drop, the open on Sunday night, the Globex open is here. We had a huge drop, huge rally, but then the rally didn't take this high yet, so it's a little lagging. But the overnight session, it's a little stronger than ES in comparison, because you can see that on ES we were trading inside the range, like towards that middle of this double distribution area, but NQ is trading at the close to the high of yesterday. So it's a little more bullish in that sense in comparison. So we want to look at a break of yesterday's high and then a move through this distribution to attempt to fill that gap. And then that the target from the imbalance from yesterday is at 21,946, which is the top of this distribution right here. And then above that, then retest of 22,000, and we have this references from before, these two highs that haven't been retested yet. Now, if NQ gets below 480, which is the bottom of this yesterday's upper distribution, then I'm looking for this whole range to be retested if the 50 daily moving average doesn't hold. So below that, then I move down to the 21,200 area. But like I said, we have all these big earnings. Usually you get a move into earnings. We don't know which way yet. So we have a lot of triggers. So okay. Let's look at crude. So crude, we have this still on a downtrend. Tested the levels down from the other day that I mentioned, this 72.30, and then we bounce, and we've been holding above that. And we have this area at 74 that minor resistance right below the moving averages, and then we have another distribution here. So if we get above the 74 area, then I would look for 74.60, and then the upper side of this distribution. Below that, I have the 50 moving average, and between 71.40 and 71.80, I will be looking for buyers to show up and defend this and move this back to 72.30. What else? Gold. Okay, gold, we're sitting right at resistance right here. So if we have a strong push above 2,800, then I'm gonna be looking for these highs to be retested. And FOMC, usually we have gold really moves. So looking for this area to break and retest these highs. Other than that, if it doesn't, then if we cannot hold here, then the target is at 27.75, which is where the 20-day point of control is. All right, good luck. Oh, the other thing that I forgot is that it's end of the month, so there's gonna be end of month flows into today and tomorrow. Usually bullish. So we'll see what happens.